Hi lovelies, so welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that Nikki is actually the person who she is not. And I was just able to put up some of the stitches and guys, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think.
Call me an idiot, but Nikki Haley is Indian?
America is not a racist country.
Says this little girl right here who bleached her skin and got a nose job so that she wouldn't look Indian anymore and get elected. Says the woman who signed these, saying finish them. Finish them? Of course that couldn't have been against any certain race at all, right? I guess this isn't a secret that she's Indian, but it's definitely not common knowledge to everyone in the United States because I'm fucking gagged. I live nowhere near South Carolina, by the way, and she's a representative there. America's not a racist country. Is that why you had to change your name to sound more white? Is that why you had to have body modifications to look more white? You knew in South Carolina, like one of the most notoriously racist states, that you were not going to be elected with the name Nimarata Randhawa, looking traditionally Indian. So you literally changed everything about yourself. Like, what? But no amount of body modification is going to keep your children from coming out half Indian.
So is it true that Nikki Haley said she was white on her voter registration in 2001? I had to fact check because that is a crazy claim. Turns out it is true, and it is reported by credible sources. The first source that I looked at was Politico. They did an article earlier this year outlining her complicated relationship with not only her race, but race in America. I also found it on the Post and Courier, which is South Carolina's premier newspaper. The New York Times of South Carolina, if you will. This publication referenced the Associated Press, so she 1000% said that she was white on her voter registration. So Nikki Haley, aka Nimrata Randhawa, aka Sick of Being Sick, aka Gujarati for one rat, I guess she was maybe transracial throughout her 30s and 40s in 2001. As a fellow South Asian person, I cannot excuse her actions. There's no excuse. Some of these publications are saying, well, Indian people were once considered white in the US. Bullshit. We're South Asian. We're literally from the continent of Asia. It's the woman who lives in the South, and she clearly abandoned her principles to try to fit in and get power as the governor of a southern state. And now, as a Southerner, she won't even acknowledge that the Civil War was about slavery. And the tides change, and now she's claiming that she's a loud and proud minority. I can't get behind it. I really, really can't. And just because she shares skin color with me doesn't mean that I can support her. I can't.
This is Nikki Haley and her parents. Nikki's parents came to America, and Nikki was born in America. Her father was an educator, but he could not get hired on at predominantly white institutions. So he was hired by Voorhees College and HBCU, Historically Black College and University in South Carolina. Nikki Haley, whose proper name is Nimarata Nikki Randhawa Haley, is still trying to dig herself out of a hole when she was at a town hall and someone asked her what was the cause of the Civil War. And instead of just saying slavery, she went down a road of states' rights and a lot of other things and have been digging a hole deeper ever since. But what's so interesting and disappointing about this is Haley herself, days earlier, came under attack by someone in the camp of the former president of the United States that she really won't take on head on When she was mentioned as a possible vice presidential candidate to Donald Trump, a woman in his group that is a potential interim press secretary said Nikki Haley was an anchor baby and not qualified to be president of the United States. And that's the rub. Nikki Haley is taking kind of a simulated, assumed supremacist type stance while actually coming under attack from the people she feels she's aligned with. You need to make it make sense.
She's somebody who has changed her name, she's changed her religion, she identified as white in 2001 on her voter registration card, and suddenly at 50 plus, she's discovered she's Indian American, so I don't think it's that compelling. It's gonna be a tough sell to the Indian American community, I think.
If you want to know why Indian people don't support Nikki Haley, watch the supercut of her lying.
I would not run if President Trump ran.
I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president. I will not now, not ever, support raising the gas tax.
Let's increase the gas tax by 10 cents over the next 3 years.
Every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat.
I never said government should go and require anyone's name.
So I think China's been a really great friend of ours. Yes, I view China as an enemy.
That was not what I intended to say. I do not think we need to pull money from the UN.
The UN, the only thing is we would defund the UN as much as possible.
You know, as a fellow South Asian, we already have big noses, but this woman is telling more lies than a damn felon. I'm sure her nose must have been huge before she cut it all off. This woman is not even marketing herself with her real name. Her name is Nimrata Randhawa. She's Gujarati. She's an Indian American Gujarati. But she calls herself Nikki Haley to hide that. On top of these obvious lies and the fundamental lie of her name, I think this woman is corrupt, and I think she's in the pockets of anybody who will pay. In 2013, when she was governor, she signed a bill into the law that would give Boeing $120 million plus to develop in her state. All of a sudden, in 2019, she's on the board of directors for Boeing, and she's all of a sudden making 300 plus K every single year. According to Forbes, in 2019, her net worth was $1 million. Today, she has a fortune of $8 million. I'm sorry, but it's pretty fishy.
Am I the only one that didn't know that Nikki was an Indian? I was very shocked. I thought that she just had a nice tan, but I was so shocked that she was Indian. I would have never guessed it. Not in a million years. She does not look Indian. She looks white.
If you ever want to know why an American politician is doing what they're doing, go check their donation records. This is Nikki Haley, notorious Republican, former governor of South Carolina, and failed presidential candidate. She just recently did a We Are the World press tour through Israel so that she could meet munch and sack-suck Zionists. While she was there, she was photographed literally putting her signature on missiles, bombs, specifically bombs that are meant for Gaza and Lebanon. And on these missiles, she wrote, "Finish them. America loves Israel always. Nikki Haley." And I literally made a bet with myself. I bet myself $5 that if I went to Google and checked Nikki Haley's donation records, that there would be a fat check from Israel. I'm never wrong. Between 2023 and 2024, the Israeli lobby has given Nikki Haley $961,608 with more to come. We're peeling back the layers, folks. Because this is crazy.
So lovelies, there was this trendy video of Nikki Haley's that was just going all over social media. That's about last week or last 2 weeks, where she actually visited Israel, and all she could do was to go ahead and sign a finish them, thing on a, you know what I mean, because I actually do not want to mention most of this, how it is here. So she decided to go to visit, to actually know what is going on there. And all she could do was to go and finish them signature with her name and all of that. And that actually got a lot of people reacting like, why would she do that? Does she care about those innocent lives that has been lost and as the curse of this thing and all of that? And the thing is that after all of the controversy, she decided to come, out to like in a form of clearing the air. She was like, she is actually, referring to HA, how it is. So people were like, even if you were like, what do you mean by that? You were not supposed to sign those things, write your name and all of that, without actually thinking that one of those things you signed might actually hurt an innocent person. One of those things that you signed might hurt an innocent underage person, coming from someone who's supposed to be a mother. People were highly, disappointed with her. People were, oh my God, canceling her left and right. Like, how could a mother actually, do something like that? Not even thinking, what if the table was turned? There are so many things that people do not understand. It is all goody goody and well to you today does not mean that the table cannot even turn. Like, you find yourself in a certain position, and other people's bitterness, suffering and all of that is something that you do not care about. It's not the way the life should actually go on or move around. Just that there are a lot of people in power. There are a lot of underage people. Even if you don't want to think about, elderly or aged people, think about those innocent people that decided to come to the world to actually, do whatever so many people that consider what to do. Think about them. They do not know the beginning of all of these things, how it all started. Like, for a mother to actually do something like that, go to like, sign, even put on your name, then you went home and slept, and you think that you're gonna have like a nice rest without even thinking that, okay, what if that place, the thing I signed, what if one of them actually hurts someone that is so innocent? You don't care about that. So this got people, to react. This got people to have different opinion about Nikki, and a lot of people decided to go check her out to know, okay, like, why was she like, how internet is, and people are realizing that she is actually a wannabe pan-colored woman. Her background is an Indian. She's an Indian woman, but because how most of all these pan-colored people, they don't want to get themselves associated with what I mean. So that is why it says that a lot of pan-colored people dislike that they are actually pan-colored. A lot of them they want to be white so much, and even if you are you want to be, you are still not going to be accepted in that area. This is what they don't even understand. So it was found out that this woman in question was actually originated from India, but she her parents was actually an immigrant that immigrated to US and all of that. She was bettered over there, and she decided to change one or two things to actually look pan-colored, because most people they don't want to accept the fact that I am not pan-colored. So she did all of that, and people were like, she at a time even denied her place. She at a time said that she was white, and this was giving people different reactions of the kind of person she is. And there is a video I stitched where an Asian American person was actually talking about why most of this they don't even support her, because of the person or the kind of person she is. And another thing is that all of these things just want to like, it's into one thing. There is a struggle, and these struggles are different. That's why sometimes when I put up some black gators content, and sometimes when people use the word POC, trying to include black people in that, I don't see it as something that I see it as black people have a different, struggle compared to POC. Most POC people actually don't want to be associated with black. Like they dislike themselves so much that they actually want to be in the other side. But one thing is that even that other side you're clamoring to go, you are still not accepted in that side. You are still going to be a pawn to be used to actually still, come for black people. This is how it has always been. This is how the system have been. Pan color people have tried. They have been using these, colored people to still come for black people. It's all happened even during the affirmative actions and all of that. They were all included. Like everybody was thinking that the reason why these people are not getting into IB schools was because of black people, and these people teamed up and decided to take off affirmative action, and now it is just we are all back to square one. So when somebody is talking about how, oh my god, because there is a video I actually staged of, and I think she's an Asian woman. She came to oh my god, that black people, we do too much. We make it look as if that everybody was not enslaved, or everybody did not go through the same thing that black people went through. And this lady was just saying in the fact that we should just cut it up. But you are an Asian person that probably received a reparation. You are an Asian person that never talked about chattel slavery. So I don't see how your struggle and that of black people is as if sometimes I used to tell people that, do you know that most brown color people still have more privilege compared to black people? Like the stopping and the struggle is actually different. We are the ones that is, and then black people have not been paid reparation, but other people actually did. So anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you're thinking of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or so we're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. If I've watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please, why not share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.